Greetings to everyone watching. In the next few minutes of this presentation, I will be discussing the mechanism of ventilation under the topic respiratory system. The mechanical process that involves the movement of air in and out of the lungs is called ventilation, or particularly pulmonary ventilation. This process happens through the process of diffusion, in which gases are rapidly diffused or exchanged between two areas across a permeable or a semi-permeable membrane due to the presence of a concentration or a pressure gradient. Ventilation involves two processes, and these contribute as two of the major mechanisms of respiration too: external and internal respiration. External respiration happens at the alveoli of the lungs and involves exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, while internal respiration occurs at sites of the tissues and blood vessels and the exchange of gases there. The given representation here shows the movement of the involved organs and the accessory muscles during inspiration and expiration. These include the diaphragm, the intercostal muscles resting above the lungs, the conducting zones of the lung including the bronchi and the bronchioles, and the respiratory zones of the lungs including the alveoli. The picture given here is an overall representation of the processes and the movements involved during inhalation and exhalation, which are discussed in brief in the next few slides. During the process of inhalation, there is contraction of the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles, which result in the dorsoventral and the anterior-posterior expansion of the thoracic cavity, increasing overall capacity along with the expansion of the lungs, resulting in the intake of oxygen-rich air. During the process of exhalation, there is a contrasting relaxation of the diaphragm and the intercostal muscles, which lead to both the dorsoventral and the anterior-posterior relaxation of the thoracic cavity, as well as the decrease in volume of the lungs, resulting in the release of carbon dioxide-filled air. During both the processes of inhalation and exhalation, a major factor playing a role in the intake and release of air is the intrapulmonary pressure. During inhalation, the intrapulmonary pressure decreases significantly, lesser than the atmospheric pressure, and so air is pulled in, while during exhalation, the intrapulmonary pressure increases and becomes more than the atmospheric pressure, resulting in the release of air from within the lungs. This presentation was done by Deboshree Datta, 231BCZ02 from BSc First Year Biochemistry Zoology. Thank you so much for listening in.